And we are live. Good evening, folks. Welcome to Friday Night Tech Talk. I'm Mobile Geezer, which you know if you are watching me on YouTube, but I also simulcast on both of my Facebook IDs at the same time. So you might be watching from my Mobile Geezer ID on Facebook or from my George Hayes ID on Facebook. Either way, glad you're here. And if this is your first time here, please say something in the comments and let us know where you're from. And if it's your first time here and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And we do this every Friday. We go over some articles from the last week, from tech articles, and I try to find articles that I think you guys might find interesting. And Eleanor is here, first one in. Glad you're here, Eleanor. And haven't seen anybody else as yet. So, so like I said, every Friday we go over a few articles that hopefully you guys find interesting as I do. If you're a tech head like me, which is probably why you're here for the most part. And if there's a big event that week, I come up with an article about that. But as far as I know, there wasn't any big event this week. But as I always said, if I'm wrong about that, you guys let me know, and I'll probably cover it in a separate video. So you can follow along in the show notes, which are on my website. So let me go show you that. Oh, and as far as I know, I haven't heard from Ted or Will or Mike, so I'm not assuming they're going to be here or any of them. But of course, I'm very happy if they do. All right, let me show you my website. So if you go to mobilegeezer.wordpress.com, click on today's date, you'll get the show notes just for tonight's show. And as I do every week, while we're here, I'll show you a little preview of what we're going to talk about tonight. You know, there's been a lot of Chinese companies that are on the entity list that can't do business with American companies, but I gather there's two lists. And one Chinese chip company has been removed from one of our lists. So I guess that made things a little bit better for them. And I found a story on Tom's Hardware, so we'll go over that. Next up, the big news we got this week that as of yesterday, we found out, I said Galaxy Unpacked 2025 has an unofficial date because Samsung hasn't officially told us, but got the story on Android Central. Everybody had that story. So we'll take a quick look at that. And there's some leaked images from Evan Blass, who we're always glad to get his leaked stuff. After that, this is kind of cool. You can now contact ChatGPT by text using WhatsApp. It's the only text you can use directly, or you can call an 800 number and actually interact with them. And I will do that live right here just to let you see what that's like. So pretty mind-blowing stuff. And you can call it on a landline even if you want, but you can have the same kind of chat conversations that you have with the other AIs. So pretty interesting. Then there's a new cute commercial. I said cute new Pixel iPhone Christmas ad. That's on Phone Arena. And it's just kind of a cute ad. And if I can, I'm going to try to let you guys hear it. That may or may not work, but I think it'll work. Hey, Mario, glad you're here. Very happy to see you. Okay, and then we're going to go on to, and none of these stories are super long, so if it's just me, it'll probably be a short night again. This one I just ran into. Google Keep, I said Google, I said Google Keep gets promoted to Android system app. So now they're calling Google Keep, which is the only note app I use. It's upgraded to a system app. So I found that on The Verge, so we'll take a look at that story. And there's a Realme phone that actually changes colors. The back of the phone changes colors based on temperature. It's not out yet, but I just thought it was very cool. And you can see that when we go into the article. I have it on Digital Trends. Then we have a short story. Are you a Galaxy owner? You can get 3 months of Peacock for free. Now, all it tells us is if you're a Galaxy owner, it doesn't tell us which phone or whatever kind of Galaxy you have, but you have to be able to get to the Galaxy store. So I'll show you that. That'll be our last story. And like I said, if Ted nor any of the other guys come in, then it'll be a short night as usual. If it's just me, and this is the last Friday before Christmas, as we all know. But I will be back next Friday. And if you guys remember last month when we had Mike and Will on, all three of us were on, both of them said they will show up for the last Friday of the year, which is next Friday. So we'll see if we can hold them to that. So nothing else new in the comments. So we will go on with our first story. Pardon me. So Chinese chip company removed from China military companies list. I didn't even know about that list, but does it matter? Like I said, I found it on Tom's Hardware, so let's go take a look. U.S. government removes China's chip tool maker AMEC from the list of military companies. So that's in addition to the regular entity list. But does AMEC care? And that was written by Anton Shilov and was published yesterday. So let's drop into Reader View, get rid of these ads. The U.S. Department of Defense has removed Advanced Microfabrication Equipment, AMEC, an etching and disposition toolmaker from China from the list of companies operating in America and linked to the Chinese military, reports the South China Morning Post. So they were on, besides being on the entity list, they were also on this list as a Chinese company that is linked to the Chinese government, but they were removed from that list. So I guess that makes things better for them. And that's what they're saying here. While the removal makes the chip-making tool developers' life somewhat easier, it remains in the Department of Commerce's entity list and under sanctions by the U.S. government, which greatly limits its ability to develop new technology. So I gather it's better, but not so good as yet, but certainly better than being on two-ban list. Inclusion in the U.S. Department of Defense's list of Chinese military companies usually has significant implications. It prohibits the DoD from purchasing anything from these entities, restricts their access to U.S. investment markets, limits their access to American technology, including hardware and software that AMEC needs to design its tools. So I guess now they can design their tools, can cause additional sanctions, and can damage their reputation. In the case of AMEC, the inclusion added some additional roadblocks to the company's ability to procure technologies developed in the U.S. It's like, to me, that says things have gotten a little bit better for them. On the other hand, as AMEC is in the U.S., it should say on, I think. It should say is on the U.S. Department of Commerce's entity list. That's the list that we all knew about. Its suppliers need an export license to sell it advanced tools and materials, and U.S. citizens and green card holders need to get permission to work at certain positions. And it says certain positions, so I guess others you can, at AMEC as well. For example, U.S. citizens Ni Tiquang, and Yang Wei resigned from key technical roles at AMEC in September due to U.S. export restrictions barring citizens so they're U.S. citizens, from assisting China's semiconductor advancements. AMEC attributed their resignations to personal reasons, you're right, and confirmed that both will continue with the company in undisclosed roles. So like I said, you can work in some positions and not others. So I guess that they quit the ones they're not allowed to, and now they're working in the positions they are allowed to as Americans. Still, it is evident that such inclusions make it harder for AMEC to operate. To some degree, for AMEC, the DOC's entity list could be even worse than the DOD's list of Chinese military companies. Yeah, and as far as we all knew, the entity list was the one that nobody wanted to be on because they couldn't do any business. So I guess that's worse than being on the DOD's list that they just got off. Nonetheless, in response to its inclusion into the list in January 2024, so they've already been on this list this year, AMEC filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, asserting that the DOD's decision was unfounded and caused significant and irreparable damage to its reputation and business. Interestingly, this is not the first time AMEC faced such a designation, as it was previously blacklisted in January 2021 and removed just 5 months later in June. So they've been through this before. So they've been removed from that list once again. So somebody's bouncing them on and off this list, but I hadn't even heard of this list. So I'm just glad we found out that it even exists. So nothing else new in the comments. So we'll go on with stories. And this is what I think was the biggest thing that I found this week. Galaxy Unpacked 2025 has an unofficial date, and this was on Android Central. So we'll go check that out. Leaked Unpacked event teaser image reveals Galaxy S25 series launch for next month, which is when we expected it, by Vishnu Surangapukar. Not bad, George. Published yesterday. The leaked image reveals January 22nd, 2025, and also showcases a glimpse of 4 handsets. So I'll maybe I'll leave it out of reader view so we can see the pictures okay. Hopefully the ads won't bother us much. The year is nearly over, and Samsung has yet to announce an actual launch date for the Galaxy S25 series. So this came out yesterday, by the way. While it has been rumored that the launch will be in late January, a new leak teaser image reveals the launch date of the next Unpacked event. As Android Police notes, leaker Evan Blass, he's the best, shared the Unpacked event teaser image on X, now deleted, revealing the date as January 22nd, 2025. The teaser image appears official at first glance, and it looks like the leak came through an Italian source. The other notable element of the leak teaser image is that it showcases a tiny glimpse of 4 phones paired together. This is interesting because the trio of Galaxy S25 models, including the standard S25, 25 Plus, and 25 Ultra, are expected at the launch. While it is unclear what the 4th device might be, early rumors have pointed out that we could be seeing a Galaxy S25 Slim, because that's been rumored, later in the year. Perhaps Samsung will give the audience a glimpse of it, like the Galaxy Ring unveil for the first time at the Unpacked event during the S24 series. Or it could entirely be the same Galaxy S25 trio, stacked in no particular order for the teaser image. And I don't know if they have that picture with all 4 here. Let's see, but we do have this image, and it's telling us about it here. Tipster Blast has also shared some images of the Galaxy S25 Plus and the Galaxy S25 Ultra. And this is one. and that's one. So I assume this is the plus, and that's the Ultra, just the front. Implying how they look from the front. The bezels appear even narrower than in the previous iterations, and both devices can be seen running on One UI 7, which was recently released in beta. The second beta has just been released in the US for the older Galaxy devices. The leaked teaser image indicating the launch of the Galaxy S25 series corroborates with the earlier leak from Max Jambor, who has also shared the January 22nd, 2025 date, and the event is likely happening in the US region and simultaneously in the home ground, South Korea. So kind of exciting for those of us who are looking forward to the next Galaxy phones. So I thought I should get that in there. Okay, we'll continue on. Oh, yeah, and I'm going to try to demonstrate for this story, but that'll be when we get to it. So you can now contact ChatGPT by text, like I said, only on WhatsApp, or through an 800 number. This story was on Tech Radar. You can now message ChatGPT on WhatsApp or call it on your landline if you still have one. I don't. By Eric Hal Schwartz, published 2 days ago. 1-800-CHAT-GPT, that is the number. And when we get down to it, I'll actually try it and hopefully let you guys hear it. Day 10 of the 12 days of OpenAI went a little retro to make chat. Oh, that's the event they're having. They had 12 days of OpenAI, and I guess they've been presenting something every day. Went a little retro to make ChatGPT far more accessible than before, that's for sure. OpenAI has introduced new ways to interact with ChatGPT using a much older form of communication technology, a phone number. Oh, let me drop this into Reader View. Here are these ads. Okay. Specifically, you can text with ChatGPT through WhatsApp and by calling a toll-free phone number. AI by landline has arrived. Naturally, the number to call or message is 1-800-CHAT-GPT. You can start a conversation with ChatGPT on WhatsApp by texting 1-800-242-8478, and we're going to try that in a minute. On the app, you can message ChatGPT like any other WhatsApp chatbot, but get responses matching those from the free tier of ChatGPT on the mobile app or website. Not every ChatGPT feature is available on WhatsApp either. You can't ask the AI to search for things online or analyze images, at least for now. That's because you're in a text. If you'd rather have your AI answers by audio, you can pick up your phone to dial 1-800-CHAT-GPT, and a very friendly, very human-like female voice will answer all the same queries you might type out to send ChatGPT. So let's go try that once. I tried this last night on a different phone. Right now, I'm trying it on last year's Moto G, and I'm going to dial that number and hopefully let you guys hear it. So 1-800-242-8478. So if I can do this right and have a little conversation.
Again, it's ChatGPT, an AI assistant. Our conversation may be reviewed for safety. How can I help you?
Can you tell me if there are some nice restaurants to try out in Chattanooga, Tennessee?
Absolutely. Chattanooga has some great options. You might want to try St. John's Restaurant for a fine dining experience.
Let's go with Italian restaurants.
For Italian, Alea is a fantastic choice. It's got a cozy atmosphere and delicious options like homemade pasta and wood-fired pizzas.
Is it
I think
pricey?
you're welcome. Enjoy your meal in Chattanooga.
No, I asked, was it pricey?
Ah, got it. Alea is considered a bit on the pricier side, but many find the quality of food and atmosphere worth it.
Do you
Would
have
you like more recommendations?
Yes, do you
Maybe
have some cheaper options?
Sure thing. For a more budget-friendly option, you might like Lupi's Pizza Pies for some great pizza and Italian dishes. It's got a fun, casual atmosphere too. Give it a try.
All right, thanks very much. I guess we're done. Interesting that she stopped there. But I just wanted to show you guys you can interact with things, and I love the fact that you can interrupt them mid-sentence, and most of the time they can keep right up with you. So I just thought that was a very cool thing to do, and I was able to show it to you guys. So the experience is pretty much like ChatGPT's advanced voice mode, where you ask questions and the AI responds in real time, which you heard. It can help you translate a sentence, give recommendations, or chat about whatever's on your mind. There are obvious accessibility benefits to OpenAI in making ChatGPT far more globally available, even with all of the limits and caveats. It's the same reason Google set up a phone number for Google Assistant that people could call to interact with the voice assistant. And I've shown you in the past, like Gemini made a video showing you how that you can carry on a conversation with that. So this is pretty awesome, I think. But it also points to how OpenAI and its rival want to see AI integrated into more communication channels. Of course, that probably means they're going to be getting more and more about information, but I guess that's the price you pay. That's why both OpenAI and Apple were keen to add ChatGPT capabilities to Siri, which hasn't happened yet, augmenting the iOS assistant with the AI model. Okay. There are also limits to ChatGPT on WhatsApp and by phone. You can only message ChatGPT on WhatsApp a limited amount a day, though OpenAI is vague about what that limit actually is, so they're not telling them. You'll get a warning when you approach the limit, so you're not surprised by the cutoff. Similarly, ChatGPT phone conversations aren't unlimited. Instead of a message cap, you get 15 minutes a month for verbal interactions with the AI. So I probably used about 5 minutes between yesterday and today already. And the phone number only works in the US for now. An automated phone number was certainly a surprise for OpenAI's latest present, akin to finding an old wooden train under the wrapping paper. I'd expect that OpenAI will probably take a more future-facing approach to the final two gifts before the event ends. So the event is still ongoing. So just that was pretty cool, and at least it gave me a chance to actually give you guys a demonstration of what it's like. So nothing else new. You guys make comments in the, say whatever you want in the comments anytime you feel like it. I always try to keep up, especially after each story. So we will go on. Like I said, it's going to be an early night. You can see that. Now, cute new Pixel iPhone Christmas ads. This was on Phone Arena. Now I'm going to try to let you guys hear this one. I'm not going to put it in Reader View because I don't think I can play. I tried last night. I don't think I can play it in Reader View. So I will put it in Reader View till we get down to there, and then I'll take it back out and try to play that ad. It's a quick little 1 minute ad, I think. So first we'll start with Reader View. Pixel and iPhone share a Christmas moment in new Google ad. This is by Alan Freeman from yesterday. Outside of Apple's The Underdog series of videos, which is about 4 coworkers at a packaging company who love to use Apple devices, perhaps the biggest cult following I've seen for promo videos made by phone manufacturers is Google's Best Phones Forever series. Yeah, we had one last year, I think. Christmas also, I think. These videos use Gumby-esque stop-action photography to depict the friendship between the latest Google Pixel Pro model and the latest iPhone Pro model. If you're a phone nerd like me, you love the little bits that Google throws into the videos, including under-the-radar cracks at Apple. Most of the time, the Pixel is bragging about some feature it has that the iPhone doesn't, but they are best friends, so this is done in a subtle and tasteful way without any insults being tossed at the iPhone by Pixel. In the latest video, both phones are trapped inside separate boxes that are placed with other presents in front of a Christmas tree. Both phones have their flashlight on in order to see. I don't think you'll see those pictures after we take it out of reader view. Not sure what's happening. iPhone tells the Pixel to ask Gemini for help. Google Pixel gets in touch with Gemini, noting that he is a phone stuck in a cardboard box and wants to know how he can escape. So let me drop it out of reader view so we can play that. And I think if I disconnect my earbuds, you should be able to hear it. Let me drop it out of reader view. Let's see. Yep. Now let me cut off my earbuds, and I think you guys will be able to hear it. Okay, so I've got my earbuds 2 here. I'm going to disconnect, and hopefully you guys can hear this. I play it loud enough through the speakers. Anyway, we shall see. I think it's going to bring it up. Let me turn up the sound here. Okay. Let me get my earbuds back on, and hopefully you guys were able to hear that okay. Let's see if I can reconnect. Okay, I'm connected up again. So, Ted was saying that they only heard me. That was interesting because I thought if I disconnected my earbuds, you guys would hear that. But anyway, it's a really, really cute commercial. And Ted, you have the note so you can go play the thing. Sorry that you guys couldn't hear it, but if you go to the Phone Arena article, Pixel and iPhone share a Christmas moment in new Google ad, or go to my show notes and you can go through it there. And it's a really cute ad. So let me finish it up. Let's see. Okay. Let me drop it back in 3D view and I'll finish the article. Okay, Gemini makes a couple of suggestions that don't help, including yelling as loud as their processors allow them to, hoping to attract someone's attention. We're doomed to spend eternity surrounded by the smell of fresh pine and the jingle jangle of seasonal carols, says iPhone. Pixel has a brilliant idea. He asks Gemini if the box is filled with tissue paper and I can smell pine and hear carols. What's going on? Gemini responds by saying, it sounds like you might be inside a holiday gift box. Somebody probably got you as a present. Being a present is the best thing that can happen to a phone, notes Pixel. However, the iPhone doesn't see it that way, figuring that the Pixel makes a better gift because Gemini Live is built in, and also because the Pixel has the circle to search features. You can tell who made this commercial, right? Feeling a little inadequate, iPhone says that he isn't ready to be unwrapped, but Pixel reminds iPhone that it's the holiday season and in the process takes a little shot at iPhone. It's the holidays, a time of good cheer, a time to be with the friends and family that accept you for who you are, not who you wish you could be, Pixel says with that last line aimed right at the iPhone. The video is titled, That's a Wrap. And while that title could indicate that this is the last episode in the series, it seems to be related to the two phones being wrapped up in gift boxes. So the other way, of course, you could hear it would be to go to YouTube and do a search on Pixel iPhone, That's a Wrap. And you'll probably get it up there. But it's very cute. And I just thought I would include, I thought you guys would be able to see it, but to hear it, but I'm glad Ted got in here when he did, and you guys couldn't hear it, so sorry about that. And Ted says, Google is really selling this circle of searches. They're selling it big time, and they have been from the beginning, but yeah, this was a good time to sell it, I guess. So, since Ted is not coming in here, which I was hoping he would, okay, I've got a couple of stories, like I said, it's going to be early, but this one's interesting. Google Keep gets promoted to Android system app, and I found this on The Verge. And like I said, oh, he did. There you are. And I found this on The Verge. And like I said, oh, you're not letting us hear your first. There you are. I'm hearing me from your room. Okay. Ted is doing something. He's in here. Oh, he was in here. Okay. Ted is messing with us, folks. And I guess I have to keep going with the. Oh, wait. He's back. Are you back?
Yeah, you jinxed me. Hey.
Oh, okay. At least we can hear you now. So you're not going to bless us with the presence of your lovely face?
Let's see. It's just a smartphone camera. Let's see. I guess I could.
There you are. Yeah. Hey, Ted, lighten up. Oh.
A little bit like that. I guess I could also dim this too.
For those of you who don't know, Ted is a photographer on the side, so he likes messing with us with his lights. Okay. So how have you been?
Oh, I've been okay. It's been interesting. December's been a noteworthy month this year.
Been busy?
Yeah.
Now, at work and your own business?
And at work.
Okay.
I got a new job. So
Oh, you got a
started-
new job. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Gave yourself a Christmas present.
Yeah, that's a big one. And I was expecting another one Christmas present myself come tonight, but it looks like it's gonna
Oh.
get here Monday. The
Okay,
latest.
well, you're still ahead of Christmas.
Yeah.
So are you allowed, or do you feel like you want to tell us something about your new job, or
Don't worry, don't jinx it yet.
you actually believe in jinxing?
Yeah, especially now. This job, let's just say that this job is a bit sensitive to the looming government shutdown.
Oh, okay. All right, then I can see what. Yeah, I have done work for the FBI and the Marines and the Air Force, so I understand that. I was going to say something. This is what happens when you get old. Oh well, it'll come back to me. So, do you want to read any stories?
Yeah, let me do the Google Keep one.
Okay, sounds good. Let me pull it up here, and you just let me know when you're ready.
Thank you.
This was on The Verge. Yeah, I just found this one really interesting. It's kind of surprising. This is my Google Keep. Is basically my only note app that I use. So I was very interested.
All right. Let's see, what app did it ever replace? I think it did replace an app. Was it Zoho Docs? No, not Zoho.
Who replaced? You mean Google Keep replaced an app?
Yeah.
This goes back a ways for me because I don't even remember what I used before I started using Google Keep. It's been
Before there was
years.
Google Drive and the separate Google apps, there was
Yeah.
app
Yeah.
that Google bought.
Okay, that makes sense.
I cannot. Oh, I really can't. Is it WeWork or We Documents or?
That doesn't sound right. That sounds something out of China.
Man,
I'm supposed to be the old guy with the bad memory.
it had the same color scheme of Zoho Docs. That's why I keep thinking of Zoho Docs, but it wasn't.
See,
Zoho
I don't
Docs.
know Zoho Docs.
Let me ask. Hey Google, what did the Google Drive app replace? No, it's not gonna know. It's not gonna
On the website IndianExpress.com, they say Google is replacing the old backup and sync app for desktop users with Drive for Desktop app.
Quick Office? Was it Quick Apps?
Yeah, but shouldn't you have asked what app did Google Keep replace? No.
No, because this app did that same feature too. It did like a whole
Oh.
bunch of features. It had its own Word document, spreadsheets. I think
Okay.
it was Quick Office. Maybe I don't know. Moving on.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, I'm dropping it into read
Hopefully,
review
if
now.
someone who watches the replay, let's put me down in the comments what that app was.
Okay, good idea. All right, when you're ready.
Google Keep might be joining the ranks of Android system apps. The note-taking app is considered a system app in the Android 16 Developer Preview 2 by Sheena Vasani. Google Keep is being upgraded to a system app on Android 16 devices, joining the ranks of other Android apps that provide essential services like calling and messaging, reports Android Police. Google's free note-taking app appears as a system app on the latest Android 16 beta, Android 16 Developer Preview 2. Anyone upgrading to this OS version will no longer be able to uninstall the app unless they have root access. Google Keep integrated Keep with its tags feature in April. Oh, that's nice. After last year's upgrades broke a trend of ignoring its note-taking app. Yet all of a sudden, it apparently considered a core feature vital to Android's operating system like Google's phone, contacts, and Google Play Store apps. Google has yet to explain the change, but this suggests a company could be planning on upgrading Google Keep with more powerful features, so it'll play a more central role in Android 16. It's possible Google could be planning to integrate it with other core Android features, for example, like maybe the Google Home app or Nest. Nest, yeah, hopefully.
I think so. Yeah, that would make sense.
That should have been. Let's see.
Yes,
You've been
nice,
using
quick, short story. I just thought that was cool that they would make it a system app because it does show you how important they think Google Keep is, and I would agree with them, of course. Do you use Google Keep?
Yeah, default because it's the yeah, the default. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
the only one I use, but that's just me, you know.
I think
So,
hold on, I think it got a really big UI overhaul. You,
okay, you want, since it was such a short story, you want the next one too, or you want me to take it?
oops, sorry. Just let me
Okay.
check my.
This is the one with the phone that changes colors on. So this is also very short. You still there? Okay. So you want me to read? Or you want to read? Well, we're getting all kinds of stuff from you now, all kinds of feedback.
Feedback?
Yeah, and a lot of raspiness also. Oh, and he had I guess he's doing himself, going to bring himself back in again. So, pardon me. All right. You're back. All right, try it now. Okay, now I'm not hearing myself again. Say something so I can hear you.
Hey,
Okay, that's a lot better. So, am I going to read this or you?
I got it. This mad phone does something unexpected when it gets cold by Andy Buxel.
Yep.
Realme certainly knows how to make an impression with the design of its phones, from Coca-Cola to Claude Monet. The brand always keeps to embrace new trends, and for the Realme 14 Pro series, it has created something we've not seen before: a rear panel that changes color with the ambient temperature.
And we'll be able to show you that when we get down there.
Let Realme explain what it does. It employs advanced thermochromic pigments that react to temperature changes. When the temperature drops below 16 degrees centigrade, 61 degrees Fahrenheit,
right,
the film back cover transitions from pearl white to vibrant blue, reversing as environmental temperature rises.
Yep, it's very cool. Now let me stop it. Let me take it out of reader view for a second. What is that? Are you playing something?
Yeah, that's the thing. The video. Is that what you're going to show the video?
Yeah, but you won't hear it. I just want them to, but they don't need to hear this. I just want to show it, let them see it.
Okay.
And where was it? I know it was in here because I did it last night. That's not it. Okay, that's the picture. Where's the little video?
Scrolling past the recommended videos. It's in a Twitter thing. There it is.
Oh, here it is. All right. This is real quick, folks, but this is cool. Watch the color actually change. It changes from white to that very, let me do it again. Look at that change color. And that's strictly based on the temperature that's around the phone. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, I'm dropping it back to reader view so you can continue.
Okay. Apparently influenced by seashells and undersea creatures that change color with their environment, the pearl white color changing version of the Realme 14 Pro has a shell-like texture and pearl-like shine, according to the company. Each is also unique, so Realme 14 Pro won't look exactly the same as any other. It has been created with the help of Valor Design Studio, which has worked with well-known design brands like Bang & Olufsen. Apart from the changing back color, Realme isn't saying much about the specifications of the Realme 14 Pro. It does mention that the phone will have an IP68 and 69 dust water resistance.
That's good.
Not sure why the two separate IP certifications.
Everybody lists them that way now, I noticed.
as well as the triple flash system on the rear camera for improved low light portrait photos. Phone's body will be less than 8 mm thick, and it will use a quad curved screen similar to phones like the Vivo X200. Realme has a habit of previewing its smartphones before a final global release, which it did with the Realme 13 Pro. It has not given a final release date for the Realme 14 Pro series yet. The Realme 13 Pro was teased ahead of a late July 2024 release, indicating we may have a while before the sequel is available to buy.
So I just thought it was cool, and I thought it was cool that I could actually show it in the thing. You missed me calling ChatGPT and playing it, and that was cool. I was able to demonstrate that.
Oh, look,
Okay.
the next story down is a branded content. Keep your company's data safe with LastPass. With LastPass business.
I don't have that. The next story would be a Samsung Galaxy. Are you a Samsung Galaxy owner?
No,
have
I was
that?
I was still in the digital trends article.
Oh, okay. All right, let me read the last one, and then we can talk a little bit. Here's Annette. Annette, glad you're here. She said, hello, everybody. Catch you on the replay, delivering toys for that. That's nice. Merry Christmas, my dear.
Merry
Yes,
Christmas.
stay safe out there. That's nice.
Love
All right, glad she dropped in. That's one thing about Annette. She usually drop in, let us know she's there or that she's going to watch the replay. All right, last story. Samsung Galaxy. Are you a Galaxy owner? Get 3 months of Peacock for free. And I found the story on CNET. So, got a Samsung Galaxy device. Doesn't even tell us which ones, really. The only one I have right now is the S21 Ultra, so we'll see. You can get a Peacock subscription for free. Get a short-term streaming subscription with this offer. I think it's 3 months by Courtney Jackson. And this was from yesterday. So let me drop it into Read a View and go on from there. Okay. Samsung is urging Galaxy device owners to visit the Galaxy store for a special promo on Peacock. For a limited time, you can get a subscription for 3 months to Peacock Premium at no charge. That's cool. Customers can sign up for the streaming service between now and June 4, 2025 to redeem the offer. So you've got plenty of time. If you're a new Peacock subscriber, you can download the platform's app from the Galaxy store to take advantage of the promo. Peacock's normal rate is $8 per month for the basic premium plan, but this is the that's right. There's a basic premium. It's confusing. It used to be just basic and premium. Now there's a basic premium, which comes with ads, live fast channels, and live events like the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. I used to work right up the block from Macy's, are included with your subscription. Viewers can stream NBC's large catalog of network shows like Chicago Med or programming from Bravo, Hallmark, Telemundo, and Sci-Fi. Oh, just so I'm not confusing people. When I say I used to work right up the block from Macy's, this was in New York from the original Macy's on 34th Street, and I worked right across from the Empire State Building. This was 82 to 84. Okay, the streamer is home to original shows such as Bel Air, Poker Face, The Traders, and The Day of the Jackal. Yeah, I've been wanting to see that because I loved the original movie, The Day of the Jackal. I loved the remake of it back in the 90s, which was, what's his name? Die Hard. Who's that? Ed?
Mel Gibson?
No, Die Hard.
Oh, Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, yeah. He did the second iteration of The Day of the Jackal. I think it was in the 90s or maybe early 2000s. And that was good, almost as good as the original. So I'm dying to see this show. And it's the place to watch NFL Sunday Night Football and other live sports. The NBC Universal-owned brand carries all the movies and new theatrical releases from Universal Pictures, granting access to Twisters, Despicable Me 4, and more. The Peacock deal is exclusive to the Samsung Galaxy store, but you may also be interested in subscribing for free if you're an eligible Xfinity customer or have Instacart Plus. So I'm going to try it over the weekend, see if my S21 says device. Thinking I know I can get to the Galaxy store, so we'll see if it works for me, and I will certainly let you guys know. Like I say, I'm dying to see the Day of the Jackal because I've seen a few ads and it looked pretty cool to me. So that was my impression. Did you see Mike and Will with me 2 weeks ago?
On the stream?
2 weeks ago, Mike and Will both come in right at the beginning of the show. So it was the three of us for the entire show, just about.
Wow. I missed
So
it.
at the end of that show, Mike and Will both promised they would be back for next Friday's show, the last Friday show of the year. So I'm hoping that they'll stick to that. So it'd be nice if all four of us were here, just letting you know.
Okay. Let's see.
So
I'm checking
next
this
Friday,
out.
hopefully it'll be all of us. But you know, people love it when the three of us are together, and they love it when you and I are together. And of course, they love it the most when all four of us are there. So wanted you to be aware. Now, is it too cold to be riding a bicycle in Dallas, or what's the deal? You still riding?
I haven't been writing all week because sadly the job took me up north Dallas, but I should be back on starting Monday. Oh,
Okay, so you'll be still able to ride to work with the new job?
Yep.
Okay.
New job. Finally got the new bike. Yep. New.
Now you said up north. Now the couple of months that I worked in Dallas back in '93, I was working in Addison. Are we talking that far north?
Yeah, that far north.
Okay, because I was working at MBNA in Addison.
It's Brown Farmers Branch. So yeah, that same.
Okay, I know that. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a really dumb story from then. I was working for MBNA. At the time, I think MBNA was the biggest credit card issuer in the country. And I was just working on, I was a specialist in something called CICS, which is real-time stuff back in the 80s and 90s. And that was kind of my specialty. So they pulled me in from Orlando to work on that. I was supposed to be 3 months, but I was good enough at it that I finished the thing in like a month because it was a lot easier for me than they thought it would be. And I got it perfect also. But
Nice.
they pulled us in. They give us this data. They give us this data that they pulled out of production, supposedly, and it's real data. Well, at the time, I had an MBNA credit card. And we found out that the data they had given us wasn't test data. It was real data on the real system. Can you imagine giving us access to real credit card data from all these people, and we could just shove anything right back into production the way we wanted because we were working on the real data, which is like the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody do. So all the guys said to me, "Oh, you can wipe out your account." And I'm like, "Yeah, I could, except that not only might they be watching me, but I know God is watching me, so I can't." They thought I was crazy not to wipe out my account to zero. You know? But I mean, that's how dumb they were. They were letting us work on real live customer data, which is like the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in all my years of programming. But I enjoyed the little bit I learned about Dallas, and for the couple of months I was there, I stayed in
blessing, George.
Huh?
That was a sign for your blessing, George.
Well, I guess it was God wanting people to know that I was honest and I wouldn't cheat, which I wouldn't.
Or God was giving you a chance to wipe out your
Yeah, God was going to give me a chance to do something crooked. I don't think he does that. I was living in Carroll.
You or the ones who
Huh?
gave you all that access when they shouldn't have?
Yeah, that was like dumb. You know. So as far as I know, nobody messed with the data in any way, but boy, we could have seriously messed them up, you know. So, that was just the managers over us, the employees there just didn't think about that. And the strange thing is you're bringing in like 8 contractors, people that you don't even know, and you're trusting them with real data. That's insane, you know. Anyway, I was living in an apartment in Carrollton. At the time, it seemed to me Carrollton was a nice area to live in. Is that true today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just wanted. I remember that was I was there in in July. It was June into July in Dallas in the summer. Well, I had a rented car, and I got a very good lesson. I came out at 5:00, got in the car to go home, and I found out when it's 105 degrees out, do not touch a plastic steering wheel. Boy, did I learn that. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, but thankfully my steering wheel is leather, so it's not.
Come up a little louder. We need to be a little bit louder.
My steering wheel is leather, so it's not as harsh. It's
Yeah, exactly. And it's sort of mine. I think a lot of mine are, but that one on that rental car happened to be a plastic, and it was sitting in the sun. And I opened the door, not thinking, and put my hand right on it. And boy, did I pay the price for that. But it's a lesson I learned for life. But I found Dallas very. Now the only other time I was in Dallas was for the what do you call barbecue? The Android barbecue, the last one they had in 2015. I told you about that.
Android Post
In the convention center, the big Android barbecue.
Yeah, what was the name of the publication again?
Oh, you mean the conference that I went to?
Yeah.
The big Android barbecue.
Oh, okay. No, that was the event. Who hosted the event? That's the event. Who hosted it?
I don't even remember. That was the very first time I went to any mobile conference anywhere. And I had just had my knee replaced about a month before, so I'm limping around all over the place. I did get to meet Jerry from Android Central. What a nice guy. He was very, very pleasant. Got to talk to him a few times. Got to eat dinner with him, with a bunch of other people too, as a matter of fact. But as smart as everybody knows Jerry is, turns out he's just that nice also. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, anything exciting Christmas happening with you?
No.
Oh, okay, just wondering.
No.
Usually every year up until now, Elmo usually cooks for Christmas, but we went to, there's a diner in Chattanooga called City Cafe, and it's pretty famous around here. And it shut down for about a year and a half, and we've been waiting, and was supposed to be back at a new location in like 6 months. Well, it was a year and a half. And we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for it to open. Well, it finally opened a couple of months ago, and then Elmer and I went 2 weeks ago. It's downtown, and found out we still loved it. The same guy who's the manager, he's still there. And they must take care of their people, because they shut down for a year and a half, and they got at least half their people back working there. Waiters, bus boys, cooks, everything. So they must take care of their employees pretty well, I would think.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Anyway, so we
Wow.
found out we still loved it. It has this huge menu. And Elmo says to me last week, I don't feel like cooking this year. Let's go to City Cafe for Christmas. I said, okay, we can do that. And she said this to me the other night, and she says, well, call them tomorrow and make sure they're open. You don't need reservations. So I said, I don't have to call them tomorrow. They're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day of the year, including Christmas. So I just called them up. I'm right there. And turns out, yes, they're open for Christmas. And no, they don't take reservations. So that's where we're going for Christmas dinner.
Okay.
So we're both looking forward to that. people are very nice. The manager knows us a bunch of years now, so it's and we've never gone out to that for Christmas, so it should be fun.
Okay, well, enjoy the meal. I'm glad
Yeah,
that
so that's what we're doing for Christmas in the middle of the week. So, any other news?
I told you about I finally got an e-bike, right?
Yes, you told me that last time.
No, okay, good. Yeah.
That's it. And I said all along, e-bikes make sense for somebody like you who's commuting
Yeah.
in a city.
And try
But
not
I see
to
people in the park, especially old people my age and close to my age, and they have a bike for exercise. Well, why get an e-bike if you're trying to get exercise? That's a lazy man's way of exercising, in my opinion.
it helps break them into cycling.
I guess. I don't understand. I mean, I alternate two different bikes, but neither one of them are e-bikes because I'm out here to get exercise. That's how I look at it. But yeah, I see very few bikes in the park anymore that aren't e-bikes. It's just a hot thing, I guess. So anyway, I'm glad yours is working well.
See.
So what kind of car do you drive?
It's a Honda CRV.
Okay. Yeah, I have my
Journeyman
my
still.
Mini Cooper 2016. I love that car. Had to have a couple of things fixed on it because it's gotten old, of course, but I love the way that car drives. And of course, it's the John Cooper Works version, so it's like a rocket ship if I want it. But I'm not much for speeding. Although, having worked in New York City, driving for years, I do tend to take off. So what usually happens if I'm at a light, I take off, leave everybody behind, and then when I get to the speed limit, they all pass me. That's pretty much my driving style. But I haven't been much of a speeder since mid-'80s. And thank God cops have always kind of given me a break. So although when I had my Porsche, I probably should have had about 20 tickets. I actually got 3 in a year. And cops just tend to let me go most of the time, which I was very grateful for. But the last ticket I got was about a month after I got rid of my Porsche. I was still single then. I had a brand new Sunbird that I still drove. And after the Porsche, you think, okay, I can calm down. No, I'm driving through Princeton on a side road on a 55-mile-an-hour road. I think I was doing about 75. And a cop went by me the other way, and I didn't know he could check my radar going by me. Well, he didn't. He stopped me and gave me a ticket. That was in '86, and that's when I stopped speeding. So, anything else?
No.
Okay. All right. So, I'm very, very much hoping that I see you next Friday. And of course, I'm hoping that I see Mike and Will too. So, I hope all 3 of you don't let me down.
All right. I'll put it in the calendar.
All right. Or as the Beatles would say, don't let me down.
Don't let me. I'm gonna put that on now.
And there's 2. I've sang that one from the Beatles way back when. And there was also an Electric Light Orchestra, ELO one that says, don't bring me down. That one went, don't bring me down. You ever heard that? You're too young.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, this stuff goes back to the 70s, so I can't blame you. All right. That's going to be it for tonight. Very, very happy you were here. At least you got here in half the show, which was great. And hopefully I will see you next week. And I hope you have a wonderful, very blessed Christmas and enjoy the new job.
You as well. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, sir. See you next week.
See you next week.
And see you, folks. We're going to end right here. You guys have a blessed weekend. Have a wonderful, blessed, terrific Christmas. And I hope everybody gets what they want. See you next week, folks.
Yeah.